Good morning. My name is Kathy Murphy, and it is my honor to serve as the Assistant Ombuds for Special Education here in Fairfax County Public Schools. Thank you for stopping by to learn more about the supports and services that we provide here in the Office of the Ombuds. The FCPS Office of the Ombuds is comprised of 3 staff members. As I mentioned, I am the Assistant Ombuds for Special Education. A little bit about my background. I have worked for FCPS for close to 30 years and have worked in another local school division as well. I started my career as a school psychologist and later served in central office as an educational specialist. I have an in-depth knowledge of special education and Section 504 law, regulations, policies, and procedures with 10 years of experience as a division lead for Office for Civil Rights cases regarding students with disabilities. This is my first year as the Assistant Ombuds. We are led by our Ombuds, Dawn Clements, who was the previous Assistant Ombuds, and we are lucky to have our wonderful Administrative Assistant, Deanna Johnson. The Office of the Ombuds was originally established in 2018 with Mr. Armando Perry. Our targets for today's discussion include learning more about the role of the Ombuds here in the school division. Also, you will learn about how we in the Office of the Ombuds support our visitors. Additionally, you will find out the ways you may contact us if you feel that our supports and services might be of benefit to you. What is an Ombuds? There are different types of Ombuds throughout the world. One type of Ombuds is an advocacy Ombuds. You might have heard that term connected to hospitals or long-term care facilities. Part of the role of the advocacy Ombuds is to complete investigations. Here in FCPS, we are organizational Ombuds. Organizational Ombuds are what you would find in some K-12 school systems, universities, and other spaces including nonprofits, government agencies, etc. So what is an organizational Ombuds? An organizational Ombuds is a trusted guide who provides a safe place for visitors to seek information and insight. As organizational Ombuds, we help our parents, our students, and our community members. In the world of the Ombuds, we refer to our clients as visitors. And so you will hear me throughout this talk refer to our visitors. Our role as Ombuds includes helping you, our visitors, understand how FCPS works. Another part of our Ombuds role is to help brainstorm options that our visitors might have. We're always looking for options and strategies that might support our visitors to draw nearer to their desired outcomes. We will work with you to clarify possible steps you could take to resolve any conflicts you might have within the school division. Our principles. We operate under the principles of the International Ombuds Association. An Ombuds is independent, impartial, informal, and confidential. Let's take each of these principles one by one to describe how they apply to the work that the Office of the Ombuds does within FCPS. An Ombuds is independent. An Ombuds is not part of the management of an organization. We report directly to the Chief Experience and Engagement Officer here in FCPS. We may discuss topics with our visitors on any subject that pertains to FCPS matters. An Ombuds is impartial. An Ombuds avoids conflicts of interest and does not take sides. It is not our job to say who's right and who's wrong, nor is it our role to defend the school division. It is the role of the Ombuds to develop options that will empower individuals as well as the organization. We remain neutral and work with you to help you reach toward your desired outcomes. An Ombuds is informal. Speaking with an Ombuds is off the record. Ombuds do not keep permanent records of confidential communications. As an organizational Ombuds, we do not do formal investigations, and we do not have the power to change current policies or regulations. We will work with you to discuss options across the continuum of informal to formal. Ultimately, it is up to you, the visitor, to decide whether you wish to use any or all of these options. An Ombuds is confidential. The Ombuds will protect your identity and confidential information unless you tell us that the safety of someone is at stake or there is risk of imminent harm. This means that you don't have to worry about the Ombuds sharing your confidential information with members of the school team. Ms. Dawn Clements, again, is the Ombuds for Fairfax County Public Schools. She serves as a resource for those families, students, school, staff, and community members, brainstorming options and providing information about FCPS as a whole. Also, Ms. Clements provides access to FCPS policies, regulations, and practices. And as we discussed earlier, she shares the continuum of options that might be available, starting with the informal and working through to the formal options when applicable. Some of the common themes that Ms. Clements has seen in her work with visitors in the past year include families sharing concerns regarding interactions with teachers and administrators. Families may want information on how to access particular programs, such as advanced academic or special education programs. Situations involving discipline and bullying, or employee concerns regarding their work environment and/or evaluations. My role as the Assistant Ombuds for Special Education is to provide support to families and serve as a resource, giving them information about their rights as parents of a child with a disability or a suspected disability. Also, I can provide some clarity regarding federal and state laws, as well as FCPS regulations and procedures. We know that the process of evaluating and intervening for students with disabilities can be overwhelming for a parent. So sometimes parents may want to go to a neutral party outside of their child's school to discuss their concerns. They can contact me to walk them through the process, let them know of what their rights are, and discuss options and strategies. I work with parents and family members to help them better understand their child's IEP or 504 plan. Also, I provide information about the role of the parent in the IEP or 504 process. Some common themes that I have heard over the past school year so far include requests for general information as it applies to the IEP or 504 process, procedural concerns, I sometimes hear about concerns regarding IEP or 504 plan implementation. I also hear about issues that staff may have with FCPS team members. Perhaps they believe that the team members are serving as gatekeepers or are having trouble ensuring that their input is being heard, or just experiencing problems in general with effectively communicating with the school. Other questions can come up around instruction and what types of programs might be best for their child's unique needs, such as a child with dyslexia or a child who is twice exceptional. And again, our office provides a place where you can ask all sorts of questions, and if I don't know the answer, I can help to do research or point you in the direction of someone who does have the answer. Our goal is to level the playing field and make sure that everyone has the supports and services that they need, and that each of our students are afforded a free, appropriate public education. It is also my goal to make sure that the information I'm sharing with visitors is accurate and clear, empowering you to more effectively partner with the school team. So you might be wondering about how to reach out to our office. How do we work? The first step is for you, the visitor, to contact our office. Later in this presentation, I will be going over the different ways you can contact us. It is important to know that the Office of the Ombuds does not initiate contact. Since we are impartial, we believe that it's important for our visitors to reach out to us on their own. If there are school staff who would like our office to reach out to a family member, we respectfully ask that the school give our contact information to them so that the visitor can reach out to us independently if they are interested. The visitor can contact us either by email or by phone or via the online FCPS portal. However you contact us, what will happen next is that our administrative assistant will set up an appointment for the visitor to speak with one of the ombuds, whether that is with me or Ms. Clements, usually within a day or two. We offer our visitors the option of meeting with one of the ombuds by phone, virtually, or in person. It's always up to the visitor to decide which option they prefer, whether that's in person, virtual, or by phone. When we meet with you, we will listen to your concerns and ask clarifying questions. We always ask you what your desired outcome would be. In other words, through connecting with us, what is it that you're hoping to achieve? Again, we would talk with you and lay out options that might be available to you to work towards your desired outcome. Most of our meetings are scheduled for an hour. And if we think that an hour is not long enough, then we would schedule a time for us to have a follow-up conversation. And again, we are committed to working collaboratively with you to discuss potential options, strategies, and resources. Our goal is to make sure that all visitors have an opportunity to feel heard. Maintaining confidentiality and impartiality. We do not divulge confidential information that is shared with us, and we remain impartial in our approach to our visitors. Especially for our first-time visitors, we ensure that at the beginning of our meeting with you, we will review the 4 principles of our work: independence, impartiality, informality, and confidentiality to make sure that you are comfortable and have the opportunity to ask questions. As I mentioned earlier, we are committed to leveling the playing field and making sure that everyone in the community has access to the supports and services their child requires. There are times when our office will field several questions or concerns on a similar topic, which we would refer to as a trend. These trending issues are elevated to leadership to provide an early warning system about the concerns that members of our community may be experiencing. Please know that when any trending issues or topics are shared, identifiable information is not shared. How to contact us. There are many ways you may contact us. As you can see on the slide, there's a QR code. If you scan the QR code, this will take you directly to our presence on the FCPS website. We have a contact link on our webpage. You can also give us a call at our main office number, 571-423-4014. Our phone is usually answered by our administrative assistant. Another way that you can contact us is by sending an email to ombuds@fcps.edu. And if you don't remember any of these ways to contact us, you can always go to the main FCPS website, fcps.edu, and do a search for Ombuds to find our webpage. We have brochures available on our webpage in the following languages posted here. Also, if English is not your native or home language, we work very closely with FCPS Language Services Office and will schedule a meeting with you and an interpreter. Community outreach. We would love the opportunity to reach out to folks in the community who share information about our office. Some of the events that we've attended previously have included community meetings, resource fairs, places of worship, parent-teacher association meetings, homeowner association meetings, and we have gone to events run by various advocacy groups. For example, we have attended meetings and events run by the Advisory Committee for Students with Disabilities, also known as the ACSD, the Special Education PTA, SEPTA, Parents of Autistic Children, POAC, just to name a few. We are absolutely interested in going out and sharing information about our office and the supports we offer with organizations and groups that you believe might benefit from knowing that our office exists. You can reach us by phone to contact us at 571-423-4014 or send us an email at ombuds@fcps.edu so that we can set up a time for us to do outreach to your group. Thanks so much for stopping by to learn more about the supports and services offered by the Office of the Ombuds. If you feel as though we could be of assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We appreciate you and hope that you enjoy the rest of the Special Education Conference.